In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why patience pays in the futures markets. Okay, so if we go to the daily time frame, what I first realize is that we have swept sell-side liquidity and we're trading into a daily fair value gap. Now, we have failed to close above this fair value gap, and even though the previous day was an inside bar, we seem to be rejecting the fair value gap. So the previous day was an inside bar, meaning it didn't take the high or the low. So even though my bias is fairly neutral, I'm leaning more to the bears. So if we drop down to the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is that we have this sell-side liquidity. It's an internal range liquidity on a 4-hour swing candle, which is also on a 4-hour gap and a 4-hour order block. Okay, so what I'm looking for is for London to open, and I want to get some sort of reaction from this low and then trade into the buys. Okay, so if I draw my volume profile, and this is still 10 a.m. We're looking for 3. Okay, so London opens, and as you can see, it sweeps down sell side. There we go. We drop time frames. We can see it takes a sell side, and we're now trading higher. Okay, this is too late. There we go. Okay, so we sweep down the sell side. In this initial touch, we didn't sweep it on NQ, and realistically we want to chart on NQ. Even though we size down, I size down on all my trades because the market is too volatile, and I do trick my trades on MNQ, but I do my analysis on MQ. Okay, so when we initially swept it, it was only on MNQ. NQ had not swept this low. So what we're looking is for NQ to really sweep it. So London opens, it begins to trade higher, then it comes lower, and here's where the real sweep occurs. Okay, we do have an issue here, because the reason I didn't take this trade, even though it was mechanically valid, I didn't take this trade because this 50-minute gap, this 50-minute bear candle is too bearish. So I'm not going to fade this candle because it could reject at any point. So it does seem like we've swept the low, and we will trade higher. But at this point, it will be gambling, because obviously we have sell-side momentum. In the initial sweep, we tested value area low and then continue to trade lower. And I need more indications that this is gonna be valid. Okay, so I'm not taking this trade because this candle is bearish, because the 1 minute IFVG we have here is too tiny, and the CISD is on a breaker that doesn't convince me. So I'm just not taking this trade because of this. Even though it does play out, we start consolidating after we inverse that tiny fair value gap anyway, and then we continue to open. Now, when we do get this displacement above, I am thinking that I could take this trade, but we also have to take into account that 10 a.m. so it's 4 a.m. open is gonna happen now. It's 4 a.m. is close in Tokyo. So there is significant volume in the markets, and we don't know if it's gonna re-sweep the lows. If it would have reset the lows and then we get an inversion, I would have entered this trade from the bottom. But as you can see from the graph, we just continue trading higher. We open low and we have a CISD. We could have taken this, but as I've said before, Tokyo close, the volume is quite significant, so we do tend to sweep liquidity, and I don't know if it was creating a top of the wick to then continue lower, so I just played it safe and wanted to see a better entry. Okay, so then moving forward, we do start getting this 50-minute gap, and now what I'm looking for is for either ES or NQ to enter this gap, get a reaction from this gap, and then trade to the upside. Okay, so we continue. We haven't closed yet, and now we close. And what I am looking for is a tap to that gap. Okay, so we do get this gap tap on ES. There we go. So we get this SMT on ES, the gap tap. Okay, so what this is showing me that ES, which was the leading asset, is now the weaker asset because ES has been pushed into this gap to get a reaction, whilst the chart is showing me that NQ is not weak enough to even reach this gap. So on the inversion and the CISD, so we have an inversion here. It's a tiny one, but it's paired with a CISD, so we have the inversion, the CISD, and at this point I am long, and I'm targeting a point of control or the daily open. There we go. We do trade lower, but then we do rip up. Okay, if you want to see these trades before they happen rather than after, join our Discord. We trade live every day. It's free, and please like and subscribe for more recaps.